Hello and welcome. My name's Alan. I'm the Mind Alchemist. And today I want to really discuss the eyesight and the exercises you could do to regain your eyesight naturally. In the rest of the series, I also discuss how to use EFT tapping to address the root cause of your vision loss in the first place. So if you don't like what's in front of you, you you lose the ability to see from close. And if you don't like what you see or don't see in the future, you may develop a problem seeing from far. But whatever the cause is, today is really about this idea, this concept that if you do not move the muscles around your eyes that cause your eyes to flatten or expand or so on, which allows you to see from different distances, to see blurry, to have double vision. If you don't correct that, it's like reading the book on exercising. If you don't do the exercise, you will never develop muscle. And even if you did have muscle, if for years and years you have never exercised them again, they get loose, limp, lazy, and stop working. So I'm going to go through a whole bunch of exercises. And what I encourage is I have a lot of exercises here. They're all about using the eyes in different ways to improve your vision. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do this every exercise in every moment of the day. But the more of them that you do, the faster you'll notice that there is a correction in your eyesight. You may also notice that in a lot of my videos, sometimes my eyes get tired. I do put on my glasses, but I do the exercises and they do improve as a result. So the first one I want to talk about is moistening the eyes. Some people talk about splashing water on the eyes. I have a little bottle. I have a spray bottle. When my eyes are dry and tired, yeah, moistens me up, makes me feel better. But the other thing also is blinking. Once your eyes are a little moistened, blink. Do that 15, 20 times. Open and close your eyes. It helps your eyes a lot to blink. So let's do that 15 times. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, 12, 14, 15. And blinking often, many times a day, will help you a lot with your eyesight, your natural vision. The second thing I'd like you to think about is tensing the muscles of the eyes, tensing the eyes and relaxing them. Do that 8 or 9, 10 times. Just tensing them will bring more blood to the eyes as you relax them. It will help to regain some of the blood flow that is good for healing and proper vision. The third thing I'd like you to think about is certain eye yoga movements. So there's a whole bunch of them. One of them is without moving your head. So I will try not to move my head while I do this. I'm actually going to hold my head like this as I do this. Go side to side. Side one, two. You'll do that so many times, 10 or 15. I'm going to allow you to pick the number so that you develop your own routine. The next one would be up and down, again, without moving your head. Look up to the ceiling, hold it, look down, up, down, up, and down. The third one is to look diagonally. So I'm going to look up to the right, down to the left, up to the right, down to your left. And then I will do the same thing after doing this a few times. Up to the left, down to the right, left, right. What we would do next is do it. Look at your tip of your nose. Start focusing on your fingers. Focus on it. Focus on it some more. Go even further. Just keep on focusing on the tip of your fingers. And as you do this, you might want to look even further out, 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet. The whole purpose of it is you want to move your eyesight from this far to even further. And actually focus on your fingers. Just don't move your hand back and forth, because the more you do this, the stronger is your ability to change focal lengths and see better from a distance. So another way of exercising them is, again, with your head steady without moving it. Imagine a figure eight. Trace that figure eight with your eyes. Maybe it looked like I did, maybe it didn't, but you could just imagine that figure eight. Just keep on imagining it as your eyes follow it back and forth. Um, Eventually, what that does, it moves your eyes around the same way as looking left and right, up and down. But you could also imagine different geometric symbols, such as a triangle, where you see the top off to one side, down to the other side, up one side, the other side, up. You could look at a rectangle. So there's the first corner, then you shift your eyes to the other corner, down, down, up. Whatever feels right to you, the more you practice, the more you play, the more you move those eye muscles, and the more you'll regain your natural eyesight. Um, there are many methods. Part of it is called the Bates method, and the Bates method, basically, it's called the primary method is called palming, where you put your hands over your eyes and you just stay there for a few seconds. First, by removing the light source from your eyes, it calms down your eyes. It also brings a calming effect in all ways to your eyes. Now, if any of you are Reiki masters, this position is a Reiki position, and if you know your chakra, you could just add it on there as you add it to your eyes. The other thing I also really encourage is, if you're doing palming like this, touch your eyes. Say, eyes, I love you. I really appreciate you. I really, really like you. And when you palm and you're talking to your eyes do hear what is going on, and it accepts. Eventually, those messages penetrate the eyes. Because if you think about blindness, if you watch one of my other videos, blindness is when something is too painful to see that you stop, your eyes stop seeing. And love heals everything. I truly believe that. So put love into your eyes as you're palming and say, I love you. I really love you. Thank you for being part of me. Thank you for everything you look at. Thank you for allowing me to see the world through the perspective of my eyes. What else can you do? Gentle massaging. So when you're palming, don't push on your eyes. That could damage your eyes. You want to make sure your hands are palm like this. So there's no pressure on the eyes, but if you massage them, even very, very gentle pressure, and then you can massage around the eyes, because all your eyes have muscles all the way around. You don't have to push on your eyes to massage them. So do whatever kind of massaging, just the eyebrows, gently under the eyes, even the temples, massage them bring blood flow and relaxation to that area. This is a really wonderful, comfortable thing to do. And I could actually see you better as I finish doing that. Uh, you may want to eat certain foods as well, and including in massage. Take care of your eyes through nutrition. Any foods that are rich in vitamin A, C, and E are really excellent for you. You may also want some omega and fatty acids, omega-6 and fatty acids that are good for the eyes. I'm not going to teach a course on nutrition. I really know nothing about nutrition. My wife is the one who knows everything about food and nutrients and herbs. But there is tons of information out there if you want to eat better. And anything that's rich in antioxidants, I know would help your eyes. So that being said, they do talk about detoxing the eyes with a saline solution. I don't like to make my own solutions. I'd rather go to the drugstore and buy a saline solution. But you could, as you detox your nose through a neti pot, for example, it will clear out some toxins that are affecting the eyes. And if you put a couple drops of saline solution, it will also clean up anything going on around the eye as part of your health and nutritional habits that you could incorporate. What else could we do? So we massage the eyes. Rotate your head, but keep your eyes fixated. So right now I'm looking at the screen. I'm going to try to continue to look at the screen, but just rotate my eyes. Sorry, rotate my head. And as I rotate my head, I look at the screen. Do this a few times. Pick a spot, whether it's a few inches away, where you're looking this way. Allow your head to move, but keep your focus on that one spot. This will help you a lot for a couple of reasons. I'll go through it one more time because I do have other notes. That when you're doing this, you're also the C1, C2, the cervical area. You are giving it a slight massage, and very often people have neck tension that cause eye strain, or maybe it's the eye strain that causes eye tension. But as you're doing this, you're actually relaxing a lot more than just your eyes. You're actually bringing blood flow back into this area, and the blood flow will come into your eyes. Yeah, so push against the temples. So there's a method where you push right here at the temple on both sides, and you will allow that pressure for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You relax that tension, and then you put pressure one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, relaxing these muscles and bring blood flow right to this area, which is very important. Um, change focus. So let's say you put something 6 inches in front of you, 10 inches in front of you, 2 feet in front of you, 5 feet, 20 feet. First, you look at the first item, which is a few inches away. Stare at it. Then you look at the next object. Stare at it. Focus on it. See as clearly as you can. Good thing I have 2 fingers up. So there, 4 fingers up. Now you look at something on the wall, maybe 5 feet away from you. You stare at that. Now you look 20 feet away and you look at that. And then again, 5 feet away, that far away. this close. You want to change your gaze to allow the muscles to look far, look close. And each time you do that, you want to focus on that. Now, I don't know if I did this before, but once again, you look at the thumb, you look at the tip of your finger. And as you do that, without moving your head, just continue to focus that finger as far back as you can. Just follow it as far back as you can. And then bring it up to center. Follow it. And with the other hand, again, try not to move your head. If you do, it's not going to kill you. But go back as far as you can. And bring that back to center. I just got a nice arm stretch from that as well. And what that helps you with is moving your eyes further back, allowing you to use those muscles that sometimes you forget to use. So the further back you go, the more you're extending those muscles, you're causing them to work for you. What else do I have on my list? So this one I got from someone who was teaching about acupressure points. And what you do is you could use the knuckles of your thumb, which I like to do, or the ones on your index fingers. And actually, it's easier to see the screen this way. So you're going to put it just below the eye and just apply a little pressure, just a little pressure for about 7, 8, 9 seconds. And what you do is you release that pressure. And then again, one more time, go to the very top near the eye, but don't push on the eye. Make sure that you're just pushing on that pressure point and then release it again. It doesn't have to be very long. Do that for 5, 6 times. That will, as an acupressure point, it will bring some relief. You could, I guess, do it also by pushing with your index fingers, but just push it into your nose a little bit, into that point, and release. As you're doing that, I like to talk about, sorry, I did want to mention that that's really good for blurry vision. As it brings more blood into the area, you will be able to resolve or release some of that blurriness. What else? So palming is really good outside. And the reason I say outside is you have a really good, strong light source. So the sun is really, really strong. I'd never recommend staring at the sun, but on a nice, bright, sunny day, you close your eyes and you look towards the sun, and it's really intense. And then you palm, and the darkness happens, and magic happens inside the eyes. And then again, you stare at the sun with your eyes closed. It's very intense, palming, and this light, dark light action really, really helps. The other thing that I learned about is something called nose drawing. And nose drawing is what it sounds like. It's sort of, you imagine drawing a circle with your nose. And you could do this with your eyes closed or eyes opened. Or you might want to draw a horse. If you were to draw that horse, if you had a picture of a horse in front of you, start with the nose and you start kind of like go towards the body and paint the tail and whatever it is, you just paint it. And what happens is with the eyes open, it does a whole bunch of things. First, you're changing that focal distance. So if you notice a painting on the wall and you're painting the outline of that picture. Well, you are moving your eyes. It's a very, very gentle movement, but you're also activating the muscles in the back of your head and relaxing more and more. Actually feels really good to draw with your nose. That's right. And if you do it with your eyes closed, now you're not only doing the nose drawing and moving your head, but you're also using your visualization and imagination, which is wonderful for meditation or for self-hypnosis or even for dowsing. For as you close your eyes and you get rid of that sense, you're actually activating the alpha frequencies, the theta frequencies, delta. So depending on how deep and you go, but you could do a lot of things through imagination and visualization. And one thing that's really important is, as a mind alchemist, as a person who works with the power of the mind, if you believe you see something well and you're seeing it, painting it, drawing it in your mind, the way you see it in your mind is how your body interprets it, and your body, your eyes will start seeing it in real life, not as a blurry image, not as a double vision. Whatever you could see clearly in your mind's eye, you could actually step into that feeling as you move forward. So what else do I have here? Um, there's a method that I learned, which is, sorry, can you see me? Okay, we'll do it a different way. Let's take a piece of paper and we put it just like this, just in the middle. So now you have something in the middle of your face. You are actually looking from the outside. And the wider the paper is, the less central vision you have. And the more you learn how to use your peripheral vision. So some people have lost their peripheral, and this exercise, again, making it wider and wider, I would take something a little darker than this because I obviously could see some going right through. But as you learn how to use your peripheral vision, it gets stronger and stronger. It's a different set of muscles. The other thing I like is sometimes when I keep on closing it and making the central vision small, hold on, so I can see the screen here. So we do this. So you cut out the peripheral and then you cut it out even more and even more to the point where just seeing through a tiny little hole in here. And what happens with me with my blurry vision, with my unfocused, the minute the hole is really, really small, yes, I'm still looking with both eyes, but I could see clearly small little letters right in front of me. So I would take either two pieces of paper and tape them through the middle of my eye, middle of this. Sorry, because I'm looking at the screen. When I move this way, I should be moving that way. But the truth is, I want to see this one is done, this one. So here now I'm seeing through half my eye on both eyes. Crap, I keep on getting the wrong hand. There we go. So now I'm looking this way with half my eye covered. I keep on moving it closer. Again, I see half through half my eyeball. And a little more on this one. And now again, just seeing a little bit. I actually prefer just cupping my eyes and looking through it as if I'm looking through a magnifying glass, and just find that perfect place where I could focus and see clearly and keep my focus on that for a little while. So that's kind of it for right now. There are many exercises out there, but the whole thing is find something, make a list of maybe 5 or 6 that allow you to see from far, from close, from um, you know, peripheral. Do some eye yoga exercises. Even if you do one exercise for 1 minute out of the 15 or so that I gave you, 15, 16 exercises, that will help. And just notice how you see after about a week or 10 days. What I also like to do is print out an eye chart. So eye charts are really good because you could use these in many different ways. I have one over here, and you could just look at the eye chart. So see where you could see right now from this distance, for example. So it's a number 8. I'm at 8. I could see clearly. And after doing these exercises, maybe you'll be able to see line number 9 or 10 or 11 or 12. Whatever it is, just use a chart so you could gauge your improvement. Right now, I could see line number 1 really clearly. Number 1 is an E. Number 2, FP. Number 3, TOZ. Number 4 for me starts getting a little fuzzy. LPED. Number 5, PECFD. Number 8, I can't see anything from this distance. But as you practice with these different techniques, use something to be able to notice, because it's really easy to get discouraged when you don't notice a change. But if you could do something and just notice even the slightest improvement after a month, wow, you're from line 4 to line 5, line 6, line 7, and all of a sudden life becomes exciting and you don't want to give up these techniques. You don't want to stop. So that is it for right now for the eye exercises. I'm sure there's many, many others. And natural sunlight as well. I didn't mention too much about that, but natural sunlight will help you to get your eyesight back. Going outside, looking at things naturally will help you to look at a distance, close up, because today's society, everyone's there with their cell phone. They're just, this is my mouse, but they're looking at their cell phone all the time, fixed vision, not moving their vision, glaring at a monitor, glaring at a screen, not moving their eyes. So going outside, you start looking around, you see things at a distance, you see things from close up. It helps a lot to move the eye muscles and to regain some of that elasticity that we've missed. And don't forget, there is the emotional causes of the eyes. You could do it through tapping. I've included a whole bunch of tapping videos for different eye conditions, but just tapping on, I want to see better. I can't see very well. I want to see better will help you a lot. And there's also the shortcut, which is hypnosis. Hypnosis could get down through years and years and years of experience in just one sitting. So if there's pain in the eye, we look at whatever caused pain in your life. And pain is pain. You remove the pain and the pain in the eyes go away. If you put too much pressure on yourself, we ask the unconscious mind to look at all the experiences that have caused you to put pressure on yourself internally and externally. And as that dissipates, the pressure in your eye goes away. If you put blinders up for whatever reasons, most of the time blinders is something you don't want to see, or you're maybe in a very unpleasant situation. You don't want to do that anymore. Come in for hypnosis. A couple sessions, 3, 4, 5 sessions is usually as much as it takes to get rid of these issues. And one thing that I do, and if I don't do it, just ask me to do it, is to ask during a hypnosis session, does this person need more to relieve or release this problem? Sometimes as little as one session, you could get rid of the entire issue. But if your unconscious mind says, no, this person needs 3 more sessions, that's totally up to you. because your unconscious mind knows what is right for you. One last thing, I keep on saying one last thing, one more thing, one last thing. But the one last thing that I'd like to mention is people could have multiple problems with their eyes. So if you do the hypnosis, again, I'm going to encourage you to do something called a life review. Make a list of things that happened to you between the ages of 0 and 5, 5 and 10, 10 and 15, 15 and 20, 20 and 30, 30 and 40, 40 and 50, and so on. And you might notice that when you first needed glasses was at the age of 7. So what happened to you? Go back to that life review and say, what happened to me at the age of 7, 8 that caused my eyesight to diminish for me to need that pair of glasses? Maybe it happened to you at the age of 5 and actually showed up more closer to 7 when the eye doctor noticed that problem. Maybe at the age of 22, you broke up with your girlfriend, boyfriend. That was a very painful experience. What happened then? Did your eyesight change at that time? So look at your eyesight through that lens, through that focus of your life, because that will reveal to you when your eyesight changed, shifted, became different. So some older people, as they reach retirement, if they're looking forward to retirement, they could see from far. But if they've lost hope for the future, if they see the future as being grim and dull, well, yes, that's right. They can't see from far anymore because there's nothing out there to look at. And as we resolve that in hypnosis, then again, anything that's resolved internally will manifest itself externally as better eyesight. So that's it. My name is Alan. I'm the Mind Alchemist, and mindalchemist.ca is where you could find me. So wishing you the best. And if there's any comments, any questions, just call me. I'm available at mindalchemist.ca or my phone number 905-452-2186. Talk to you on the next video. See you later.